Howdy y'all, I'm Tim and welcome to the Mr. Maple Show. Go ahead and smash that like button, make sure you're subscribed to us, and remember to shop on MrMaple.com.
Hey guys, I'm Tim's brother Matt, and today we're going to be talking about colorful lace leaves. You're going to like this one. There's some beautiful Japanese maples we're going to be discussing. We've got some amazing sizes in these right now. These are 10 gallons. We actually don't ship this size, but contact our office if you're local or coming through the area and you'd like to pick one of these up. We are doing some open hours just for the 10 gallons. And if we're going to be doing open houses, check our open house schedule. We'll be having some open house dates so you can come and pick up one of these in person.
Guys, colorful lace leaves. We're talking about plants that aren't green. We're talking about plants that aren't that traditional maroon red that people think of with like a crimson queen or tamukiyama. We're talking about Japanese maples that give a unique color in the garden.
Guys, we're standing here with a set of 4 Acer palmatum dissectum ornatum. Now these trees contrast so well with green lace leaves, with red lace leaves. They should be everybody's third Japanese maple. So if you already have a red lace leaf and a green, you know, this contrast is going to be exceptional in the garden. Now ornatum really brings it with that high intensity. It's one you could debate whether it was a red or a green with anybody, but really it is so colorful and so changing. You get just tons of beauty going on in a small compact lace leaf.
Guys, we have an orange red color right now in the spring. The thing I like about this is you get some green stemming as well. That contrasts so well with that orange red new growth. You know, down towards some shaded spots, you may get some bronze coloring. Later in the summer, this will go to a bronze color, but then you keep having orange red new growth across this plant. So the spring and summer colors are exceptional with ornatum.
Now these want to make a small plateau umbrella shape. So ornatum's typically going to be about 5 feet tall by about 6 feet wide and a low spreading canopy, even in a 10-year period, making it a great Japanese maple for spaces where you might be limited. And it makes a great container planter as well for that same reason. Now, if you're giving this one some early morning sun, you're going to pick up that crazy kind of purple off color you see right now. Tim mentioned it, but that yellow eye to the almost kind of greenish bark it can get is exceptional contrast just within this plant. Now, if you're growing it in shade, you're still going to get some of these crazy spring colors, but you're going to get more yellows and greens into this tree earlier in the season.
Now, fall colors on ornatum are bright yellows infused with orange. So the fall color is electric when it comes to ornatum. I mean, that may be perhaps one of the best fall colors about this plant is the fall color. This plant is exceptional and it contrasts very well against something like a Veridus or Waterfall, where you've got 2 plants that have dynamically different spring colors, and then this in the fall is yellows infused with orange. Or like Matt talked about, your red lace leaves, your dark maroons. This color is crazy. It contrasts against that as well. And then in the fall, those are going to go to red and these are going to go to yellow to orange. So a very colorful lace leaf here with ornatum.
Guys, we love doing showcases like this. Let's check out some more colorful lace leaves. All right, y'all, we're back with Otto's dissectum. And I never met Otto, but he's got a heck of a dissectum here.
This was a selection that was introduced by the Henderson Experimental Gardens in California. I mean, Matt and I got to see one of the very first trees when we went and visited Bob Baltzer. And this is a plant that I really like. I mean, this plant just keeps on putting that sort of orangey pink new growth over top of green.
Yeah, a lot of people may be surprised to see this one in the colorful lace leaves edition because it is more commonly noted as being a green. I think it has exceptional pink blushing over top of that. I mean, you get some really dynamic colors. Some of these almost look variegated right now with that pink going on. This is a tree that was not only selected at that Henderson Research Center, but it was developed for being extremely heat tolerant. So this is one of the more compact lace leaves that's also exceptionally heat tolerant. It can do full sun up to zone 8.
And this is a plant too that it has that weeping cascading habit. It is a smaller weeping cascading style, getting about 4 to 5 feet tall, 4 to 5 foot wide in 10 years. Really gives you a nice orange fall color. And it's a plant that's an exceptional weeping lace leaf. My favorite time for Otto's dissectum though is during those summer months. Orange pink new growth flushes keep popping across this thing over top of the green, and it makes for a very dynamic display during the summer when a lot of the other plants are more green.
It has a very frilly look to it. Almost looks more like a red filigree than many other types, so it's got one of the daintier looks. But again, this tree was developed for being extremely durable. It is an exceptional high heat plant that can go out in your landscape and look amazing. This is going to work anywhere that you want a smaller, compact, lace leaf, and that's going to work great in those settings, whether it's a container or in the ground. This tree works awesome in the shade or in the sun. You will see less of the bright pink if you have it in heavy, dense shade. It will be more of a lime green in that setting. If you can give it at least early morning sun, you can kind of get some of those pink infusions going on, especially in that early spring, getting some of those flushings that really make this one kind of have a blushing. You know, it kind of has a blushing over top of it. We use that term a lot with japonicums, but it's certainly something that Ottos dissectum brings.
And this is a colorful lace leaf by anybody's standards. I mean, that pink color, that orange fall color, I mean, all about this plant, it just keeps putting on unique colors that make it stand out from your typical waterfall or your typical Tamukiyama.
Let's keep it rolling. Let's look at another colorful lace leaf.
Hey guys, check out these colors on Acer palmatum dissectum Baldsmith.
This is one of my favorite truly pink Japanese maples. It is a bright pink red and one of the most true pink lace leaves you could ever find. I'm a huge fan of Baldsmith. I think it brings a lot to the landscape.
Now this is a plant that puts on pink red new growth that is just outstanding. The older growth is more of a bluish green, which is a really unique shade of green, but that pink red new growth that keeps coming across happens in the springtime, but it keeps happening again during the summer. And I mean, it's just outstanding with all of its colors that it gives throughout the season.
Now this tree is a lace leaf, so it's going to have, again, more of that cascading umbrella style shape, typically at around 5 feet tall by about 6 to 7 feet wide, making it a low plateau canopy. Huge fan of what this one brings to the table. It is extremely colorful when paired with any of the other lace leaves, especially greens and reds. You're going to really notice how different this one is when you put it near a Crimson Queen or a Tamukiyama. The eye is going to be drawn into that bright pink, and you'll understand how truly special it is within lace leaf Japanese maples.
I'd really like to pair this with something like Golden Falls. You get that bright yellow, you get this bright pink red. The contrast is just crazy. This is an awesome plant out in the landscape. Give it enough sunlight to really get this bright, intense pink reds. If you put it in the shade, you will get a little more green colors, but you will still get some bright colored new growth. It just won't be as bright, as intense as it will be when you give it more sunlight.
Now, people often ask how this one is different than Watnong, and the two have completely different origins. They do share some similarities in color. I would say that Watnong is a little bit more of an orange, where this one's a little bit more of a pink, and Watnong is also a little bit more of an arching upward tree, where this one's a little bit more heavily cascading. So the two share some similarities, especially when you're looking at pictures of them, but when you compare them side by side, they actually are quite different. And I think you'll notice very different structures and spring colors.
Use this plant as a container plant out in the landscape, a focal point. I mean, you can use Baldsmith in so many different ways, but the colors on this are pretty outstanding, and they're going to give you good color contrast that can contrast against almost any Japanese maple. This pink red is truly special, especially in that weeping, cascading umbrella style. It's going to really make a statement anywhere you put it.
Guys, let us know in the comment section what your favorite colorful Japanese maples are. We've talked about lace leaves here today, and I think we've covered some of our favorite just spring colors. Now, we do have these sizes available. You can contact our office if you'd like to pick up a 10-gallon. We can't ship this size to you, but we do have them for nursery pickup. I hope you enjoyed this little showcase where we talk about some of our favorite colorful trees. I think these things are just exhibiting exquisite color right now, so we had to get them on camera. And we really appreciate everybody hopping in those live chats. They're a lot of fun. We have a great Maple Mafia. I'm gonna start calling our community the Maple Mafia. You guys are awesome. You make it so much fun in those live chats. We really appreciate you guys. And if you're new to our channel and you think we've earned it, definitely give us a sub.
Guys, we really appreciate our international community and everyone that watches us here on the Mr. Maple Show. For all of y'all in the United States, we'd really appreciate if you shopped with us on MrMaple.com.
Take care.
God bless.
Have a great day.